Everything is completed. Baldwin should be out momentarily.
Well, if you're waiting for me to say thank you or to say I'm very, very grateful, I'm not going to do it. You're going to wait a very long time because Mr. Baldwin wouldn't be here in the first place if it weren't for you.
You're right. I'm a terrible, terrible man.
Terrible, disgusting, vile, despicable, abhorrent.
Well, that's why I need you, Lucy. To teach me how to be a better person.
What you need is not a teacher. You need a magician.
What are you doing here, Bordizzo?
Well, I see jail time hasn't improved your manners.
I guess you've decided to press charges, which is good, because there's this little guy in there who's going to be awfully happy to see you.
Mr. Bordizzo isn't here to go to jail, Scott. He's the one who released you. Good work, Commissioner. I'll have a cell ready and waiting. Padded if necessary.
Detective Stafford. I don't mean to pry. Of course, I always pry, don't I? But anyway, did I hear you right? Did you really and truly capture Julie?
They're bringing her in now.
Hey, did you hear that?
What I would like to hear is that Bordizzo is behind bars. Now, you have no idea why he dropped the charges.
No, not at all. He just came by my hotel room out of the blue to tell me that he was dropping the charges.
What do you mean he came by your hotel room?
Well, apparently he's claiming that he's going to move to Port Charles permanently, and he's just staying at the hotel until he finds a house.
Well, that's it? You're not staying there tonight? First thing in the morning, we're packing you up and you're coming back to the firehouse.
No, Scott, no.
Yes.
We've been over that. No, too many times. I cannot move in with you with Serena in the house. It's not right.
You're her mother. She wants you at the firehouse as much as I do. Now, come on. We're a family.
Family, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I love that word. Family's such a beautiful, beautiful word.
Yes, it is. It's a good word. Now, do I have to give you 110 reasons why you should move back in? Or are you just going to say yes?
Yes.
Good, because we've been apart far too long.
Ethel?
I want to get my palm ready.
Oh.
I want to get my palm.
Okay.
Sit down. Only $5.
Okay.
This is very disturbing. You are being deceived. Someone close to you is telling you lies.
I think I've heard enough. Thank you. Your turn.
I don't believe in this stuff.
How about $5 not to tell all?
Come on, I'll pay. Come on, Frankie.
No, I'm
Come
not
on.
interested.
Yes.
$5 and your secret is safe with me.
No, I don't have any secrets.
Here.
You see any big lottery tickets in my future?
No. But you are a blessed man anyway. Blessed with 2 beautiful children.
See, you're off by 1.
No. You are off by 1.
Okay, well, I don't know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun. Ethel? Bye. Wow. Something you haven't told me, Frank?
Yep. Lark is my only kid. That just proves that Ethel is fake.
He says, hopefully.
Oh, may I have my one phone call now?
Sure. Here you go. Here, have a seat right here. There you go.
No.
Garcia.
Yeah.
everything and everybody was safe and sound.
It went like clockwork.
And Christina.
She's fine, resting peacefully. Why don't you just relax, okay? Just play your part. There's nothing to worry about. So, Christina, how do you like your new mommy?
So, did you find anything at all?
No. But my mother, she's smiling, looks happy. Not that that means anything.
No, she does. Now, Lee said these were taken in Algeria and about the time that your mother was supposedly with Bordiso. So, any chance, did you see anything, evidence of Bordiso, his face anywhere?
No, and I think it's on purpose. He probably avoided having his picture taken for some reason or another.
You know, with Stevie, anything is possible.
Yeah. And I'd like to know why he dropped those charges against me. It wasn't for my benefit. He's up to something.
Let's forget about that for now, okay? You know what's important is I got to sleep in your arms last night.
Yeah.
And we are getting married, and we are going to adopt a baby, and Serena's going to be so happy, and we're going to be together.
Yes. That's why I have to know what Bordizo is up to. So, as they say, I can kick him to the curb.
Oh, seriously. Yay! Hey, welcome home. Hey, Gail.
Missed you.
You don't have to go back to jail, right? You're out of jail for good?
I am. That bad man that told all those lies, he fessed up, told the truth, which is the way it's going to be if I have any say about it.
They caught Julie. Oh, please don't tell me I'm dreaming. I'd like to enjoy this a little while longer.
You're not dreaming. She is back in police custody.
Yeah, which is exactly where she should be. Obviously, Ferncliff couldn't hold her.
I just got off the phone with Mac. He's not sure where she'll end up now.
Did he give you any more details? Like, was Chris with Julie?
She was found alone.
Do you think she'd hurt him?
I doubt it. According to Mac, her whole reason for escaping was to give birth.
Give birth to a pillow?
Whatever her thinking, I'm just glad she didn't hurt anyone.
Me too. Because, actually, I've been thinking about giving up medicine and becoming your full-time bodyguard.
Really?
Really?
You must think you're pretty tough.
I'll bet you $10 I can take you down with one hand behind my back.
All right. Show me what you got.
All right, you asked for it. Oh, this one.
You all right?
I won.
Yeah, you sure did. Let me see that move again.
Haku Inu, Utik Tuk. That's Inuit for look who's back. Oops.
Welcome home, Victor.
Evan Colbert brought in his pet tarantula for show and tell.
Oh, yuck.
That must have been pretty good. I bet it was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Your daddy and I have some cool news for you, too. Scott.
Lucy.
Oh, okay. I get to do it. Pumpkinhead, guess what? Because, the three of us are getting hitched. We're getting married. I'm going to move back in the firehouse.
It's about time. Yes.
Come here, you. Oh, well, I guess she's okay with it.
It's more than okay. It's the best news I've ever heard. I'm going to go call Neil and tell him.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, good. Tell him hi. Tell him no. Boy.
Oh, she couldn't be happier if you told her Christmas was tomorrow.
Well, we also have some other news here. We are thinking of expanding the family.
Gail, we have decided to adopt a child.
Wow. Oh, my goodness, that's wonderful. It's a huge decision. How did you come to that?
Well, we realize that there are a lot of kids out there that need a home, And we also realize we have an awful lot to give.
You don't seem thrilled, Gail.
Well, adoption, that's an incredible act of generosity, you know, Scott, but it's also a huge responsibility.
Know what responsibility it is to raise a kid, for heaven's sakes.
Hey, Scott, I just meant, you know, sometimes in the past, you and Lucy have been a little impulsive. Now, are you sure that it's not just a snap decision?
Yes, we are sure. We have been impulsive in the past, but this is not about being impulsive. I have wanted a child for a very, very long time, Gail. You know that.
Well, sweetheart, you have a child. I mean, Serena certainly thinks of you as her mother.
Yes, she does, and I'm so honored. And that will be enough. If we are unable to adopt a child, then I'll be thrilled and so happy to be Serena's mother only. But the other day, I was at the hospital, and I met this little girl, and she just started the whole thing turning for me. You know, I got to sing her to sleep, hum, and be a part of her life just for a minute. And I realized that if there's one kid out there that's scared and lonely or sad or crying him or herself to sleep, then I want to be able to do something about it. I have that ability to take that hurt away.
This is what we want to do. I mean, I think we are on very solid ground, don't you?
I can see how committed you both are. And if I raised a few questions here, I do want you to know that I am terribly excited at the prospect of being a grandmother again.
Now, there you go.
And we've thought of everything you said. It's not going to happen right away, and we love your advice. Thank you, thank you.
All right. Yes, it takes a while. Congratulations.
Yes, and I knew that when Lee married a shrink when I was little, I knew that I'd get some analyzing along the way, as I have from you.
Yes, well, I mean, if you need anything from the shrink or from the grandmother, you just ask, okay?
Okay, I'm going to ask now. We need you to stay with Serena because I need to go and move my things out of my hotel room and get them here.
Oh, sure, of course. But is there a rush? Why the rush?
Well, Bordiso is living at the hotel, and I don't want Lucy anywhere near him.
That makes two of us.
Well, Lee told me that Mr. Bordiso dropped those charges voluntarily, but I guess it's too much to expect him to stay out of your lives forever.
Well, I'm not sure why he dropped the charges, but he has no intention of staying out of our lives.
I didn't mean to run Eve out.
You didn't. She had to get to work. So where's your lovely bride?
Well, she went back to our place to clear off some space for some of my things.
And how was the honeymoon?
Oh, the cruise to Alaska was splendiferous. We saw pods of whales migrating north for the summer. Some humpbacks came quite close to the ship. You should have seen the expression on Mary's face. What did I miss around here?
Oh, nothing much. Julie escaped from Ferncliff.
What? Surely you're joking.
No, but it's all right. She didn't hurt anyone. Mac and Garcia captured her last night.
How long was she loose?
A couple of days.
And she was caught here in Port Charles? Why did she stay around here where everybody knows her?
It's an excellent question. I haven't heard a decent answer yet.
That young woman had such potential. What Greg Cooper did to her was horrifying. Of course, I blame myself for my part.
Yeah, I feel a certain amount of culpability to myself. It's hard not to.
I certainly understand her wanting to escape. Life in an institution is not a pleasant prospect.
No, it's not.
You know, you saved me from that, Monk. When I became ill and no one knew what was wrong, I thought I would be institutionalized for the rest of my life.
You spent too many years in the sister's care at the convent.
I'd still be there if you hadn't come to get me. The important thing is that you brought me back here to be with you. You brought me home. You made me well.
I don't deserve gratitude. It's my fault you lost all that time.
Ah, Dr. Ramsey. A lot of people have been worried sick about you.
So I hear. Sorry to disappoint everyone, but I'm still kicking.
I'm sure you also heard that we took Julie into custody.
Yeah, congratulations. Maybe between your department and the folks at Ferncliff, you can hang on to her this time.
We'll do our best. You know, Doc, Julie said that she had help eluding us while she was out.
Is that right?
You and Julie are friends? You were missing the same time she was? Care to tell me where you were?
Sure. I called in sick and I went to Atlantic City.
Atlantic City?
Yeah. Figured it'd be safer to be out of town while Julie was on the loose.
Next time, you might want to let someone know where you're going. Your friend here was worried sick about you.
Aw. You were...
Well, with Julie free and you being her new best friend and all, of course. I'm just glad to see you're not chopped into itty-bitty pieces.
Well, that's very sweet. Speaking of, did you tear Frank and Courtney into itty bits for lying about me?
They're sticking to their story. They say that you are the one that told Courtney about my baby. According to them, you did it because you're mad at me for moving into the lighthouse.
And why exactly would I be angry for that?
Because you're in love with me.
You said I was hot to trot for you?
Yeah.
All this time, I thought I kept it so well hid.
It's true.
Of course it is, Eve. You know you're the only woman for me. You're Cleopatra, Juliet, and Pamela Anderson all rolled into one.
I thought so, you goof.
What did Frank and Courtney expect to accomplish with a stupid story like that?
Well, it seems to me their main goal is to try and turn me against you. But why?
Frank hates my guts. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy ran over my dog just to get to me.
Hey, how did I go from Cleopatra to Lassie all of a sudden?
I just mean that maybe the goal is to get under my skin.
Well, it seems like an awful lot of trouble just to bug you.
Yeah, well, it's the same kind of trouble that took to push into the morgue cooler just to scare you.
Yeah. Hey, I thought that Courtney and Frank didn't get along very well. Why is she cooperating with him like this?
Courtney's a chameleon. And then, just when I think I understand her, she changes colors. But one thing's for sure. She's a lot closer to Frank than she lets on.
So, what about the, romance?
Don't take much to heart. I don't have one.
Oh. Hey, is this where you need me to do the, cheer up, Chris, you still got me? Or are you cool?
As great as that sounds, I'll pass.
Well, hey, do you want to go down to the cafeteria with me? It's peanut butter yogurt day.
Ugh. I don't change the yogurt in that thing. Just, change the sign. Besides, I gotta return some calls and update some files.
Okay. Well, you're law. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mark, what did you mean when you said I'd lost years because of you?
It's true, Victor. Instead of staying with you and finding out what was wrong, I left and I went on with my own life.
But you couldn't have known that I had a metabolic disorder. When it comes to that, how many batteries of tests did it take before I could even be diagnosed?
You don't understand. Victor, I wanted to get as far away from you as possible. I even told people you were dead.
Why did you do that?
Because of Ryan and Mother. I just didn't want people to think that, like the rest of the family, my father was nuts too.
Monk, you had every reason to run away from your history. It was horrific, thanks to your mother and me.
Victor, don't try and excuse my behavior.
Well, if that's what I'm doing, I learned it from you. Haven't you forgiven me? That I could save only you and not Ryan? And then what about when you were young and I neglected you so shamefully? You've forgiven me that.
Well, so what if I have? It doesn't give you the time back that you lost. Victor, that's what I thought about at your wedding. Watching you, you were so happy. You should have had that joy long ago.
Monk, if I had been diagnosed earlier, we might not even be here now. It might be just as it was when you were young and I was so consumed with work. No, I was so self-involved that I couldn't be close to you.
We could have taken those walls down a lot sooner.
No, one thing is very clear. It's taken me a very long time to learn how to be a father to my son, and I wouldn't trade that knowledge, not for anything in the world.
You know, people look at me and they think, oh, isn't that nice of Kevin taking in his eccentric old father? They don't know that I was the one who needed you. You've gotten me through some of the darkest times of my life, the darkest times of my life in the last couple of years. Thank you. Father.
My privileged son.
Oh, I wrenched my back. I'm going to sue you.
Go ahead, big baby.
Othello, Hamlet. When did you become so in love with Shakespeare?
I always have been. You just didn't notice.
Since when?
Well, the videos since I got sick and tired of all the dumb hotel movies, and I joined this classic kind of club for videos.
Well, then why didn't you go with Godfather 1, 2, and 3?
I have seen Godfather 1, 2, and 3 with you many, many times. I prefer Shakespeare. It has intrigue, romance, danger, all the same stuff.
Well, you can never see Godfather 1, 2, and 3 too many times, Lucy.
And you can never read Shakespeare 1 too many times. Besides, are you forgetting I was a librarian? You know, I came to appreciate classic literature.
I thought you were a librarian so you could make time in the stacks.
I am not going to make any time with you anywhere if you're not nice to me.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll get it.
Hello there.
What do you want?
Just paying a neighborly visit, but by the looks of things, you're not going to be in the neighborhood much longer.
It doesn't matter where she's living. Why don't you just take a hike?
Is that how you feel, Lucy?
Yes, of course it is.
This hostility is unwarranted. I come bearing gifts.
I don't want anything from
Nobody
you.
wants your gifts.
I think you'll enjoy this. It's a collection of sonnets. I saw it in the bookstore, and I remembered how much you enjoyed my copy at the cabin. You have such a lovely reading voice. Please, accept it.
Scott.
No, Lucy,
listen,
you don't have to say anything. I just didn't realize how pathetic you are.
And why is that?
Scott, please, let's just go about what we were doing, okay? Ignore him. He's not worth our time.
No. I'd like to hear what Mr. Baldwin has to say to me.
Well, here's what I have to say to you. You didn't just come after me because we were competition, now did you?
You flatter yourself.
I know you were in Algeria when my parents were there. You had a thing for my mother. She had a thing for you, but she wised up and dumped you for my father.
That's a very interesting story. But the truth of the matter is, you didn't come to my attention until the two of you started the Serena line.
The truth of the matter is you wouldn't have done all of this to everyone over a bunch of dresses.
You're right. This is very personal. He's trying to hurt the people in my life because of what happened in Algeria. That's right. Isn't it, Bordizzo?
I think this is about all I can manage in one trip, so let's move all this stuff out in the car, okay?
Yep.
I got it, Pop.
No, that's all right. I have it. What is all this stuff, anyway? Who is Bill Dyson, and why do you have a Social Security card?
It's nothing. If you...
Oh, I see, because the photo on this passport, issued 6 months ago, is you. And your name is Bill Dyson. Anything you care to explain, Victor?
Did you win big in Atlantic City?
I guess you could say hit the jackpot.
Well, then good. I deserve half for all the worry you put me through.
You should know I'd never go off with Julie. Even if I did, she wouldn't hurt me.
You know, Kevin told me that when they found her, she was holding a pillow saying she had just given birth.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I can't do it. You have to take this kid back. I need you to take her back.
Look, you're feeling overwhelmed. It's understandable.
I just can't look after her anymore.
Excuse us.
5563, Dr. Ian Glickman, 5563.
Is Christina all right?
Yeah, she's fine.
No, what's the problem?
Taking care of a newborn is a lot of work.
And this is a surprise to you.
No, it's not. I spent half my life being a mother to my little brothers. It's too much.
Look, I know it's rough, but that's why I'm paying you a lot of money.
I just want my life back. But where's this kid's mom anyway?
No questions, remember? We had a deal.
It's too weird. I want out.
Who's Bill Dyson?
Bill who?
Dyson. This is your photo in this passport, but the name is Bill Dyson.
Mark, it's just another one of my tiresome hobbies. We don't need to get into it now. Now, we really must get a move on. Mary's going to be wondering where I am.
Victor, you're lying
No,
to me.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Now, why don't you just tell me what's going on?
I don't want to keep my new bride waiting.
Victor, you're not going anywhere until I get the truth from you.
Well, I have another identity. I'm Bill Dyson.
You came after me because of this grudge you're holding against my parents. That's what this is all about, right?
Listen, I am all packed up. Let's just stop wasting our time and get out of here.
What's your hurry, Lucy?
You know what? To me, bloodshed can get a little bit messy.
No, you know what? I'm sick and tired of second-guessing this guy. I want some answers here.
Fine by me?
What happened between you and my parents?
A great deal.
A great deal, huh? You were in love with my mother. She went with my father. You got dumped. It happens every day of the week, pal.
You really are a simple thinker, Baldwin.
Then what the hell happened so many years ago in Algeria that you're here for revenge?
Are you crazy? I'm in the middle of a shift. How am I going to take care of a baby?
Okay, fine. When do you get off work?
Do I look like I had time to take care of a newborn? I thought you said you loved kids.
I do. She's a sweetheart, but I hate being stuck at home all the time.
Look, it's not like this is forever, okay? Just until Christina can be reunited with her mother.
How long till that happens?
Oh, Christina. Oh, baby. Oh, Mommy loves you. I would never leave you in a million years if there was any other way. Please know that, my love. I'm going to get out of Berkshire as soon as I can, and I will not rest until I'm back with you. But I have to let Chris take you now for your sake, my angel. Wherever you go, the biggest part of my heart will be with you. Oh, my baby, my baby. Oh.
Not exactly sure.
That doesn't cut it. Come the end of your shift, she's all yours.
Look, I'll get another sitter, okay? I'll find another sitter, I promise. Just take care of her until I can locate someone.
Okay. But I'm running low on money.
Fine.
Dr. Marauder, I see you. Dr. Randy Marauder.
But you make sure that Christina
get your full attention.
She will. This isn't very much.
It's all I got on me.
You have a week to find someone else, or you become Mr. Mom.
I suppose you want an explanation.
That would be nice.
Well, it's a little embarrassing, but the truth is, after so many lengthy stays in a variety of mental hospitals, I was having great trouble getting approved for a credit card. So I came up with the idea of applying using an alias.
So you created a false identification to get credit?
Oh, Monk, you have no... You can't do anything these days without a credit card. You can't even register at a video store.
Victor, no one creates a second identification just to rent a copy of I, Claudius. And that's fraud. You could go to jail.
I meant no harm. I never cheated anybody. Always pay my bills.
What bills? You've lived here for almost 2 years. I have never seen a bill addressed to Bill Dyson.
Well, I assumed that you wouldn't approve, so I got a P.O. box.
But I have seen statements to Victor Collins. You do have credit cards now.
Yes, because Bill Dyson got approved credit, and he co-signed all my applications.
Victor, the photo on that passport couldn't have been taken more than 6 months ago. You have credit cards as Victor Collins. Why keep up a second identification?
Oh, Monk, you make it sound so suspicious. It's nothing like that at all. And besides, I had one or two other things to think about the past few months. Now, I really must get home to Mary. The help will get set up, and we can pick up the rest of these things another time.
Why are you so quiet? Are you, a little embarrassed about what happened in Algeria?
Why should I tell you anything?
Because you owe us. Because you owe us for tricking us into going into business with you so you could sabotage my dress line.
You lied to the press about where we made those dresses. You tried to ruin our reputations.
Well, I'm certainly everywhere at once.
But you can't deny that you've been on some sort of horrible campaign to make all of our lives miserable.
Well, more than just miserable, Lucy. He hid you when you lost your memory. Then he tried to kidnap you.
Lucy...
Now, why did you do that?
Did I or did I not take excellent care of you while you were with me?
I am so tired of your games. So if you have something to say, I want you to say it right now.
Well, your boyfriend is the one with all the answers.
Well, this isn't about Lucy. It's about you and me.
I'm happy to keep her out of it. I have no desire to hurt you.
You love to play games, don't you, Bordizzo?
Doesn't everybody?
Well, then let's talk about the game in Algeria you played. Now, Lucy told me that my mother sent you some letters. She cared about you, but she didn't care about you enough because she ran off with my father.
You're not even close to right.
I think I'm dead on. I do. See, you don't like to lose, do you? But in the end, you ended up a big loser.
Careful, Scott.
He is not going to tell you anything, so this is pointless.
No. Come on, Bordizzo, confessions. They're good for the soul. What really happened between you and my mother? She dumped you, didn't she? She found out just who you really are, and she ran as fast as she could.
Oh, turn in.
What?
Gosh,
You all right?
I'm sorry. I think I ruined one of Victor's books.
Oh, no. This stuff is all beat up and old already.
What's wrong?
This looks like some kind of a code.
Old surveillance photos or something.
What would Victor be doing with these? Yeah, hi, Port Charles. Do you have a listing for a Bill or a William Dyson? Mm-hmm. Great, thank you.
Dyson here.
Victor?
You have the wrong number. There is no Victor here.
Hello?
Hi, Frank. It's Karen.
Yes, I have your pager. I found it in my truck.
Oh, good. I must have left it there last night when we went to the carnival. It shows you how good a time we had. I'm normally glued to that thing.
Happy I could contribute to the Karen Wexler beeper deficiency, which is my way of saying I had a good time, too.
I thought you might have been having a good time.
So much so, I'm thinking about running away and becoming a carny. You want to come with me?
Only if I can get back before my next shift.
Killjoy. So you want me to bring the pager into the hospital?
No, actually, that's okay. I'm getting off really soon, so I can just come by and pick it up.
You sure?
Yeah, unless, of course, the princess is there.
Courtney is nowhere in sight and not due home till late.
Then I'll be right over.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay.
Janelle.
Hi, Frank. Sorry I had to barge in, but I have to speak to you.
Come in. Come in. How did you find me?
I looked you up in the phone book.
You know, I shouldn't have come here. What if Joe would have been home?
I would have told him I was looking for him. I'm smart enough not to blow your cover.
What can I do for you?
It's about this baby.
Dr. Adams, cardiology.
Hey.
Dr. Monique.
Selling black market babies, Chris?
Not right at this moment.
Who was that woman and her kid?
Oh, that was a patient I treated a couple months back. I was nice to her, felt sorry, you know. She was single, pregnant, scared.
And very pretty.
Hmm?
Adorable little baby. Did I notice a family resemblance?
No, you did not. I met that woman for the first time 2 months ago.
Well, then why did she want to give you her kid?
She's confused, you know? She just needed some advice. She doesn't know the first thing about parenting.
And you do? Huh?
Hey, I'll have you know that I raised my siblings practically on my own.
Oh, right. Sorry, Dr. Spock.
I just gave her some numbers to support groups and some parenting sessions, you know, that kind of sort of thing.
I saw you give her a wad of cash, Chris.
Well, it was just a couple bucks. And, she's been having it rough.
Yeah, well, you're not known for your generosity. In fact, you could write a book with the title, Looking Out for Number One.
You know, you don't know me as well as you think you do. Despite popular opinion, I do not steal from the blind and swindle the elderly, and I also don't make a public display of my good deeds. If I did, I'd have every freeloader around hounding me for money morning, noon, and night.
Exactly. Exactly. You hate moochers. And yet you're making an exception for this girl?
This was a simple act of charity.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Come on, admit it. My mother left you a long time ago, and you're still mad about it.
You know, I think we pretty much covered all this. I really don't have the time to sit around here and talk.
Speaking of time, it's 1999, okay? What happened? I wasn't even born then.
You give me that.
What's that?
You really don't remember your mother, do you? You don't even remember her favorite music.
What is with you and my mother?
I remember everything about her. I remember her voice when she sang a song. I remember how she lit up a room when she entered, and I remember how I felt when she walked out the door.
So I was right. My mother dumped you for my father, and you're still bellyaching about
Everything. Every one of importance was stolen from me in Algeria. Maybe you understood just an inkling of what that felt like when your Dominique died. Or how about when Serena was kidnapped? Or maybe you felt just a touch when Lucy was missing? You multiply that 100 times and you'll know how I felt.
What does that have to do with me?
You're Lloyd Bentley's son. His blood courses through your veins, and since he's dead, you pay.
Can't you see how irrational that is? We have all lost somebody
I
we
didn't
love.
lose her. Bentley stole her. He didn't have the guts to fight me straight up from me.
I'm sure you've convinced yourself over the years, but the truth is, my mother left you, and you're still bitter. She left you for a better man.
You know, as little as you know about your mother, you know even less about your father.
Yeah, I know this. I know he was a lot better than you.
I knew him, you didn't. Your father was a liar, a thief, and a traitor.
Whose baby is this?
My sister's.
Where is she?
She went a little screwy and skipped town.
Well, nice mom, leaving a baby like this?
She's not a bad person. That's why I don't want the cops or the social services involved. She'll pull it together and want her baby back again, I know.
What about the father?
Don't know who the father is.
Okay, you said you needed some help. What's up?
Well, I can't work and look after the kid at the same time.
So you're a little short of rent money?
Something like that. You were so generous when you paid me to set up your brother.
Oh. Well, you helped me out when I needed it. I always return the favor.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, but look, you cannot come by the house again. If you need to speak with me, call me at the bar.
I'll do that.
All right. Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm expecting someone.
I'll get out of your way.
What are you doing here?
Thanks. Gotta go.
Wait, don't. Where are you going? Frank, that was the woman, the hooker that Joe was arrested with, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
What is she doing here? And whose baby was that? Frank, do you know her?
No. Let me go over this again. I already have service. What I want to do is to cancel that service, and I want to get another number, but this time unlisted. Yes, my name is Bill Dyson. No, I'll wait. Operator, sorry, I'm going to have to call you back. Bunk, what are you doing on this side of town? Came to see the new dig, huh? Sorry, Mary just stepped out.
Sorry, I didn't come to see the new pad, Victor. Or should I say Bill?
Oh, Monk. You're not still upset about that.
You have a phone number listed under the name Bill Dyson, and don't bother trying to deny it. Or should I find a phone, dial a number, to see if anything rings in this apartment?
No, that won't be necessary.
Victor, if you're in trouble, I just want to know.
I'm not. It's just...
And don't give me another one of your stories. I want the truth.
Lloyd Bentley, your father, was in love with Meg, but she was in love with me.
Yeah, well, so you say.
So he had to get rid of me.
And how did he try to do that?
I was a photojournalist during the French-Algerian War. I tried to remain neutral so I could take photos on both sides. Bentley made it look like I was selling intelligence to both the French and the Algerians.
That's a lie.
While I was being tortured in prison for information which I did not possess, Bentley ran off with Meg. Would you like me to describe what they did to me in prison? They were very creative in the ways they could inflict pain.
No, please don't.
Listen to me. You've been lying since you showed up in town here. Why would we believe you?
You can believe it because you're just like your father. I've researched your history. I've read about every dirty deal you've ever done. Now, where do you suppose that came from? You have a talent for screwing people over, and it didn't come from Lee Baldwin. It's in your blood. Like father, like son.
My father died when I was 4. I barely knew him.
Your father robbed me of my freedom, my reputation, and the woman I loved. And he damn near cost me my life. Now it's my turn.
What was Joe's hooker, friend, whatever? What was she doing here with a baby?
Karen, you don't want to know.
Yes, I do. I want to know, Frank.
Right, come in.
What?
Janelle came for the money that Joe usually pays her. She needs it because she's taking care of her sister's baby.
Well, I guess I should be grateful you didn't say the baby was Joe's love child. Why did she thank you?
I gave her some money for the baby. I couldn't send her away empty-handed.
I know you're lying, Victor. I saw the phony passport. And you answered the number that's listed under Bill Dyson's name.
Well, of course he has a telephone under his name. I used his name for a credit card.
You fed me a story. Now, I want the truth.
Monk, why do you think I'm trying to conceal something from you? You know what I think? I think you've got a touch of separation anxiety because I'm leaving the lighthouse. If I were you, I'd be careful. Paranoia might be right around the corner.
Don't try to outshrink the shrink, Victor. This isn't all in my head. Right before you were married, I found a book of codes.
What?
A book of codes, as in indecipherable messages.
Oh, that. Well, that's a part of my collection of Cold War memorabilia.
I'm your son, Victor. If you're in some kind of trouble, you can trust me.
Oh, Monk, I know that. And believe me, I never intended to deceive you. There is an explanation.
Good. I'm listening. What kind of trouble are you in?
Oh.
Okay, so listen, something happens in Algeria a long time ago between Bordizzo and my parents, and he's coming after me.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. Do you believe that your father betrayed Bordizzo?
Well, let's see. What do we know? Bordizzo's a liar, right? I haven't got any other theory.
Right. What are those?
I don't know. I didn't send you flowers. Did you send me flowers?
No. Oh, you know what? I bet they're from Jerry Jack's, congratulating me on the end scene of the
What do we got here? History always repeats itself. Love, DV. What's that supposed to mean?
This is just more of his senseless raving, really.
I know what this means.
You do?
Yeah, history always repeats itself. It's a threat. He's going to take away from me everything that my father took away from him.
I got it. Oh, Lee, hey, please.
Hi.
Won't you come in?
Well, I just spoke with Judge Saunders.
Am I going to Sing Sing?
Because Mr. Bordizzo dropped the theft charges against you, you can't be prosecuted for violating your probation.
I hate Owen, this guy. I don't understand why he dropped these charges if he's out to destroy me.
Despite what you think, I care about you. I want you to be happy. If Scott Baldwin being released will bring a smile back to that lovely face, then I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen now.
Who cares why he did it, right? I mean, the important thing is you're safe. He's free and clear, right?
No, not exactly. Look, Saunders is looking for any opportunity to prosecute you. Don't give him one.
I'll try not to.
All right. Now, on a lighter note, I spoke with a colleague who specializes in adoptions. This is his name and number.
Hey.
This is great.
Thanks,
Oh.
Lee. Thanks for everything.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Oh.
so much. I'm so excited. Oh, that's me. Oh, no. Oh, I forgot. I had that nurse's ball meeting dress. I really got to go because I got centerpieces and everything to organize. And I've got these dancers that aren't dancing very well together that I really need to switch around and everything. So I got to go. I'll see ya.
Wait, not so fast. Now, listen, you be careful out there, all right?
Of course, I will be very, very careful.
Okay, kiss me.
Okay. I love you.
I love you, too.
Okay. Ta.
Bye-bye.
Scott.
Yeah.
Lucy and some kind of jeopardy?
Well, we had a run-in with Bordizo.
What did he say?
Well, he wants to take everything that I care about away from me. So I have to stop him.
What?
It suddenly occurred to me that you're going to think the truth is the most far-fetched story of all.
Try me.
Bill Dyson is a name, a cover, that I sometimes used when I did intelligence work.
Intelligence work? For whom? What kind?
For whom is the U.S. government? What kind is classified?
When did you do this?
Virtually my entire adult life. I started before you were born, and I continued until I became ill.
Well, no wonder you were always gone when I was young. I wish I'd known. It would have saved me a lot of confusion.
Mark, I couldn't tell you anything, even when you got older. I still can't. If it's any consolation, all the secrecy made me feel very lonely, too.
Victor, I'm not naive enough to think that we can know everything there is to know about a person. We're always learning something new, especially about the ones we think we know best. Normally, I could take this in stride, but Victor, this is a big one.
Mark, it's taken us quite a while to get other secrets out in the open. I wouldn't blame you if you needed a little time with
All right,
us.
forget about me for now. Are you in some kind of trouble?
No, fine.
Well, Victor, this just doesn't add up. You say you did this kind of work when I was a child. But the photo in that passport can't be more than 6 months old. Are you still doing this work?
Mark, if I was, I wouldn't be allowed to tell you, which is liable to make any future conversation on the subject a little one-sided, I'm afraid.
Dr. Collins.
This is Dr. Nelson at Ferncliff. I'm sorry to bother you, Doctor, but Julie's asking to see you.
Did she happen to say what she wants?
No, but she insists it's urgent.
All right. I'm on my way.
All right. Thank you.
I have to go. Victor, if you're in some kind of danger, tell me.
I'm not, Mark. And as for all the rest of this, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to trust me.
I feel like my heart is breaking all over again. Do you think that Joe was seeing a prostitute the whole time we were together?
We won't know the truth until Joe decides to tell us.
How could I have been so blind? I know how. I know. I had this image of Joe, the way I wanted him to be. And I refused to see any differently because I love that image too much. I didn't want to change it.
We all make mistakes, Karen. Look at Julie. She was killing people, and I had no idea.
But she covered her tracks.
Well, so did Joe. He lied to you. If you're not a liar, you don't expect that from other people, especially not people you're close to. So don't kick yourself for believing in him for so long.
I'll think about it. If you promise to follow your own advice and stop blaming yourself for Julie.
I don't anymore. I'm over Julie, and she's over me.
Why did she break into your house and ransack your room?
I don't know. Maybe she was looking for ding-dongs or Twinkies. She's capable of anything.
So you don't care about her anymore at all?
I feel sorry for Julie, but I've moved on. Sometimes there's no other choice.
I think maybe it's time I move on, too.
Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Hey, kiddo, how's my favorite Yankees fan?
Good.
Good. I brought these over for you.
1999 cards? I don't have any yet.
Well, you do now.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm glad we're still friends, even...
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad, too.
All right, upstairs, Buster. You have homework, okay?
Okay. Bye, Karen.
Bye.
So, what brings you here, Karen?
Came by, pick up my pager. I left it in Frank's truck last night. And guess what? A friend of yours was here. I believe her name was Janelle.
Janelle was here?
She came by hoping you'd have some money for her.
Really, did she want money from me? Or did she want it from you, Frank?
You are really reaching. I wasn't the one arrested for soliciting.
For the 200th time, I never paid Janelle or anyone else for sex.
Saying something over and over again does not make
Karen.
it true.
Karen, would you please keep your voice down? Neil can hear you.
Don't you dare tell me how to act.
What are you going to do about it? Push me into another pond?
Yeah, if there was one here, I would, because you deserve it.
Karen, do me a favor. Don't take out your frustrations with me on Courtney.
Okay, what's all the uproar, Joe?
Well, apparently the prostitute that I was arrested with came here looking for money, and these two bought her story.
You take the word of a hooker over Joe's. Both of you should know better than that.
I can't even listen to this. I'll catch up with you later, Frank.
Gee, aren't you Mr. Wonderful? Especially with Karen.
I don't like your insinuation.
You know what? I don't give a damn what you like. Now, Janelle couldn't have gotten that far. I'd like to hear what she has to say about this.
Can we count on Janelle to keep her mouth shut?
She'd better.
How you doing? What a surprise.
What are you baking?
Just some meringues. Mary's quite fond of them. What can I do for you?
I need to know everything you know about Bordizzo.
Is he causing trouble again?
Yes, he is, and you were right. It all stems out of what happened in Algeria.
So it did involve your parents?
Yes, my father, Lloyd Bentley, turned him in as a spy so that he could steal my mother away from Bordizzo.
So Bordizzo was in love with your mother?
Yes, he was. While he was in jail, he was tortured. Everything was taken away from him. Now he wants to take everything away from me. That's why he's moved to town.
Well, is there something you can do besides just waiting for his next move?
Well, that's why I'm here. I want you to talk to your man in intelligence. I need to find out if he really was a double agent.
Thank you for taking the time to see me, Kevin. Welcome to my private quarters. Apparently I am too dangerous for the general population.
Well, you must have expected some repercussions for your actions. The police tell me you broke out in order to deliver your baby.
That's what I told them. But it's not true. I really have given up the pregnancy fantasy. I left because I needed to breathe free air for a while.
I understand the need, but I can't say I condone your methods. Why did you want to see me, Julie?
Because you're the only one I can trust.
The last time I was here, you lied to me. I asked you point blank if you were planning to escape, and you lied.
I couldn't tell you. I knew you'd try and convince me not to do it, and I needed to get out for a while. I mean, doesn't it count for anything that I let them catch me?
Depends on why you did it.
Because even though I was out of here, I realized I still wasn't free. The only freedom for me is the truth, and I need you to help me find it.
How can you expect me to help you when you won't tell me what's really going on?